Panoply Collective is proud to present a new audio drama adaptation of J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan, performed for you by a full cast. We at Panoply would like to acknowledge that we live, gather, and create this art on land which is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit, who are stewards of this land. This land on which we work is governed by the Dish with One Spoon Treaty, made between the Anishinaabe and the Haudenosaunee as a commitment to share responsibilities of caretaking of the land around what is now southern Ontario. Over time, subsequent Indigenous nations and peoples, as well as settlers, have been invited into this treaty in the spirit of peace and respect. As we strive to uphold ideals of anti-racism and decolonization in our work, we recognize the ways in which our presence on this land upholds colonialism and acts of violence against Indigenous peoples. We commit to learning more about how we can prioritize upholding conditions of the treaties that govern this land. In the spirit of contributing to the health of our Toronto community, Panoply will be donating 30% of all proceeds of Peter Pan to an organization called Black Women in Motion, a Toronto-based youth-led organization that empowers and supports the advancement of Black women and survivors of sexual violence by creating opportunities for Black women to thrive. We at Panoply are proud to lend our support to their cause. The rest of the proceeds from this project will be shared in equal portions among our amazing cast and crew of Toronto artists. Thank you for listening and for your support. We hope you enjoy.
The Darlings lived in a corner house in Bloomsbury, whose top window, the important one, was where Peter used to perch like a bird to listen to the stories told in the nursery. This was certainly to the delight of the three darling children. Wendy, John, and Michael would indeed later be able to tell a very strange tale to the London police. But any passers-by who might have been irritated at seeing Peter fly up to the top window were too old to see him clearly, and instead merely caught a fleeting glimpse of his sprightly shadow. But all this is to come. The only occupant of the nursery at present is Nana the nurse, reclining not as you might expect on a chair, but on the floor. She is a Newfoundland dog, trained by Mrs. Darling, but, like all treasures, she was born for her work. The cuckoo clock strikes 6, and Nana springs to life.
Nana pushes the bathroom door open and scoops Michael on her back.
Wendy and John enter behind her.
Playing at pirates.
No, I won't be bathed. I won't.
Odds bobs, hammer and tongs.
Brimstone and gall.
Nana, it isn't 6 o'clock yet. 2 minutes more, please. Please. 1 minute more.
Sir, you'll be bathed or I'll cast anchor in you.
Wendy, I am hooked this time as it is Saturday night.
Fine, John, then I shall be narrator.
Nana, I won't be bathed. I tell you, I will not be bathed.
A little less noise there.
Go and be bathed at once, sir.
You'll walk the plank into the tub.
Nana carries Michael through to the bathroom.
Mrs. Darling, who has perhaps heard her son's cry, enters the nursery. She is the loveliest lady in Bloomsbury, with a sweet, mocking mouth, and she's already wearing her evening gown because she knows her children like to see her in it.
Mother does not often go out, preferring when the children are in bed to sit beside them, tidying up their minds, just as if they were drawers.
If Wendy and the boys could keep awake, they might see her repacking their dreams into their proper places.
Dreams of the Neverland, with its fires and fairies and flamingos, are stored on top.
Now, let us play at being mother and father. A little less noise there.
I am happy to inform you, Mr. Darling. You are now a father.
Boy or girl?
Girl.
Rats.
You beast.
Go on.
I am happy to acquaint you, Mr. Darling, that you are again a father.
Boy or girl?
Boy.
At last.
Mummy, it's hateful of him.
Now, John, have me.
We don't want any more.
Am I not to be born at all?
2 is enough.
Nobody wants me?
Mr. Darling arrives. He is really a good man, as breadwinners go. In the city, he sits on a stool all day as fixed as a postage stamp, or else runs from meeting to meeting, the tick of the clock at his heels. But at home, he has a distinct personality, and it is hard luck for him to be propelled into the room now, when he otherwise might have made a fairer impression.
It is with regret, therefore, that we introduce him as a tornado, rushing into the nursery, brandishing his tie.
Oh, here you are, Mary.
What is the matter, George, dear?
Matter? This tie, it will not tie. Not round my neck, round the bedpost. Oh, yes, 20 times have I made it up round the bedpost. But round my neck, oh dear no, begs to be excused.
Say it again, Father, say it again.
I warn you, Mary, that unless this tie is round my neck, we don't go out to dinner tonight. And if I don't go out to dinner tonight, I never go to the office again. And if I don't go to the office again, you and I will starve, and our children will be thrown into the streets.
The children pale as they grasp the gravity of the situation.
Let me try, dear.
In a terrible silence, the children cluster around them. Will she succeed?
Their fate depends on it.
She fails. No, she succeeds. In another moment, they are romping round the room on each other's shoulders.
Father is a better horse than Nana.
John runs from Nana, who has reappeared with a bath towel. Nana, as captain, I think I won't be bathed.
Go and be bathed at once, sir. I sometimes think, Mary, that it is a mistake to have a dog for a nurse.
George, we must keep Nana. I will tell you why. A week ago, on Nana's night out, I was by the fire, when suddenly I felt a draught, as if the window was open. My dear, I saw a shadow at the window.
A shadow at the window? 3 floors up?
Accompanied by... I don't know how to describe it. By a ball of light, no bigger than my fist, darting about the room like a living thing.
That is very unusual.
Yes. George, what can it be?
What indeed?
What is that, Nana? Of course. Michael, it is your medicine.
Won't take it.
Be a man, Michael.
Won't.
When I was your age, Michael, I took medicine without a murmur. I said, "Thank you, kind parents, for giving me bottles to make me well."
Wendy, who has appeared in her nightgown, hears this and believes. That medicine you take is much nastier, isn't it, Father?
Ever so much nastier. And as an example to you, Michael, I would take it now if I hadn't lost the bottle.
I know where it is, Father. I'll fetch it.
Oh, she is gone before he can stop her. Oh, but Mary, it is the most beastly, sticky, sweet kind.
Here it is, Father. I have been quick as I could.
Oh, you have been wonderfully quick.
Michael, now you will see how Father takes it.
Michael first.
Father first.
Come on, Father.
Hold your tongue, sir.
I thought you took it quite easily, Father, saying thank you, kind parents.
Father's a cowardly custard.
So are you a cowardly custard?
I am not frightened.
Neither am I frightened.
Well, then take it.
Well, then you take it.
Why not take it at the same time?
Certainly. Are you ready, Michael?
1, 2, 3.
And back to the tub.
Aww.
Well, there. All over now.
All over, dear. Here, Nana. Oh, good dog. Good girl. I have put a little milk into your bowl.
What is the matter, Nana?
Nothing. Oh, nothing.
Oh, George, you fed her your medicine.
Father,
Daddy.
Why? It was only a joke. Oh, much good my wearing myself to the bone, trying to be funny in this house.
Father, Nana is crying.
I refuse to allow that dog to lord it in my nursery for 1 hour longer. The proper place for you is in the yard. I will tie you up this
George.
instant.
George, remember what I told you about?
He seizes her collar in an iron grip and drags her from the room.
Am I master in this house, or is she?
Oh, no.
No!
Come along, Nana.
Be brave, my dears.
He is chaining Nana up.
This, unfortunately, is what he is doing. In a terrible temper. In the meantime, the children have been put to bed. Their mother lights the night lights over the beds and looks this way and that from the window.
Can anything harm us, Mother, after the night lights are lit?
Nothing. They are the eyes a mother leaves behind her to guard her children.
The nursery darkens, and she is gone.
Something uncanny is going to happen, we expect.
For a quiver has passed through the room, touching the night lights. They blink 3 times, one after the other, and go out.
Precisely as the children fall asleep.
There is another light in the room now, no larger than Mrs. Darling's fist, as it flashes from the window to the wardrobe and into coat pockets, as it darts about looking for a certain lost shadow.
Then the window is blown open by the smallest and most mischievous star, as Peter Pan flies into the room. Tinkerbell? Tink? Are you there? Oh, do come out. Do you know where it is? Show me.
The answer comes as a tinkle of bells. It is the fairy language. Peter can speak it.
But it bores him.
Tink pops out of the drawer where she has last found his shadow.
Peter scatters its contents to the floor as a king might toss pennies to a crowd.
In his joy at finding his shadow, he forgets that he has shut up Tink in the drawer.
He sits on the floor with the shadow, trying to stick it on with soap from the bathroom. This failing, he slumps dejectedly on the floor.
This wakens Wendy, who is pleasantly interested to see a stranger. Boy, why are you crying?
Pan jumps up and, crossing to the foot of the bed, bows to her in the fairy way.
Wendy, impressed, bows to him from the bed.
What is your name?
Wendy Moira Angela Darling. What is yours?
Peter Pan.
Is that all?
Yes?
I'm so sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Where do you live?
Second to the right and then straight on till morning.
What a funny address!
No, it isn't.
I mean, is it what they put on the letters?
Don't get any letters.
But your mother gets letters.
Don't have a mother.
Oh, Peter!
Oh, no, you mustn't touch me. No one must ever touch me.
No wonder you were crying.
I wasn't crying, but I can't get my shadow to stick on.
It has come off? How awful! I will sew it on for you.
What is sewn?
You are dreadfully ignorant.
No, I'm not.
I will sew it on for you. Sit here. I dare say it will hurt a little.
I never cry. Oh, it isn't quite itself yet.
Oh, perhaps I should have ironed it.
It awakes, and he and his shadow dance together.
He is showing off now. He crows like a rooster.
Oh, the cleverness of me.
Of course, I did nothing.
You did a little.
A little? If I am no use, I can at least withdraw.
Oh, Wendy, don't withdraw. I can't help crowing, Wendy, when I'm pleased with myself. Wendy, one girl is worth more than 20 boys.
You really think so, Peter?
Yes, I do.
I think it is perfectly sweet of you. I shall give you a kiss if you like.
Thank you. He holds out his hand.
Don't you know what a kiss is?
I shall know when you give it to me.
Oh, not to hurt his feelings, she gives him her thimble.
Now shall I give you a kiss?
If you please.
He pulls an acorn button off his person and bestows it on her.
She is shocked, but considerate. I will wear it on this chain round my neck. Peter, how old are you?
I don't know. Quite young. I ran away the day I was born. I heard father and mother talking of what I was to be when I became a man. But I want always to be a little boy and to have fun. So I ran away to Kensington Gardens and lived a long time among the fairies.
Fairies? You know fairies?
Yes, but they are nearly all dead now. You see, Wendy, when the first baby laughed for the first time, the laugh broke into 1,000 pieces, and they all went skipping about. And that was the beginning of fairies. And now, when every new baby is born, its first laugh becomes a fairy. So there ought to be one fairy for every boy or girl.
Ought to be? Isn't there?
Oh, no. Children know such a lot now. Soon they don't believe in fairies, and every time a child says, "I don't believe in fairies," there is a fairy somewhere that falls down dead.
Poor things!
I can't think where she's gone. Tinkerbell? Tink, where are you?
Peter, you don't mean to tell me there is a fairy in this room?
Oh, Wendy, I believe I shut her up in that drawer.
Oh.
He releases Tink, who dogs about in a fury using fairy language.
You needn't say that. How could I know you were in the drawer?
Oh, Peter, if only she would stand still and let me see her.
They hardly ever stand still.
To show that she can do even this, Tink pauses between 2 ticks of the cuckoo clock. Tick. Tick. You silly ass.
What does she say?
She's not very polite. She says that
You are a great ugly girl.
and that she is my fairy.
Oh, I thought we might be friendly.
I don't think she's met many girls.
Peter, where do you live?
With the lost boys.
Who are they?
They are the children who fall out of their prams when their mother is looking the other way. If they're not claimed in 7 days, they are sent to the Neverland. I'm captain.
Oh, what fun it must be. Are none of the children girls?
Oh, no. Girls, you know, are much too clever to fall out of their prams.
Peter, it is perfectly lovely the way you talk about girls. You may give me a kiss.
I thought you would want it back. He offers her the thimble.
Oh, dear, I didn't mean a kiss, Peter. I meant a thimble.
What is that?
It is like this. She leans forward in a demonstration.
Now shall I give you a thimble?
If you please.
Before he can even draw near, Tink intervenes.
And Wendy screams!
What is it?
Oh, it was exactly as if someone were pulling my hair.
Oh, that must have been Tink. She says that she will do that every time I give you a thimble.
But why?
Why, Tink?
You silly ass.
She said you silly ass again.
Peter, why did you come to our nursery window?
Do you know why swallows build nests in the eaves of houses? It is to listen to the stories. Wendy, your mother tells such lovely stories.
Well, Peter, I know lots of stories.
Come on, then. We'll fly.
Fly? You can fly?
Wendy, come with me. I'll teach you how to jump on the wind's back, and then away we go. Wendy, when you are sleeping in your silly bed, you might be flying about with me, saying things to the stars. There are mermaids, Wendy, with long tails. Oh, Wendy, how we should all respect you.
Of course, it is all awfully fascinating. And I do know a great many stories after all. Would you teach John and Michael to fly too?
If you like.
John, wake up! There is a boy here to teach us how to fly!
The sleepers are at once as awake as their father's razor.
I say, can you really fly?
Look. Ooh, ooh, ooh! He is now sailing over their heads.
How do you do it?
You just think lovely, wonderful thoughts and they lift you up in the air.
You are so nippy at it. Couldn't you do it very slowly once?
Peter does it slowly.
Oh, I've got it now. Oh, I know I haven't got it. Oh, poor stay-at-home. Though, I know the names of all the counties in England, and Peter does not know one.
I must blow some fairy dust on you first.
I flew.
Oh, lovely! me!
Oh, how ripping!
I like it.
Look at me!
Look at me!
Look at me.
They are not nearly so elegant in the air as Peter.
But their heads have bumped the ceiling.
And there is nothing more delicious than that.
There are pirates.
Pirates! John grabs his tall Sunday hat. Then let us go at once.
Tink does not like it. She dots at the hair.
From down below in the street, the window presents a terrible spectacle. The shadows of children revolving like a merry-go-round. This is what Mr. and Mrs. Darling see when they come hurrying home from their party. Brought by Nana, who has broken her chain to save her charges from Peter's plans.
Peter's accomplice, the little star, has seen them coming. And again the window blows open.
Now come!
He flies out the window over the square and over the housetops, and the others follow like a flight of birds.
The broken-hearted father and mother arrive just in time to get a bite from Tink as they all set out for the Neverland.